Why are there so many chronic diseases? This is an important question. Everyone cares about this question. It's not fun having a chronic disease. No one welcomes chronic obstructive pulmonary disease into their life. No one thinks depression, it's a bundle of joy. So this is something that we all really care about. And to use a phrase that is very popular in MIT, it turns out that 75% of chronic diseases are driven by our everyday behaviors. How well you sleep, what you eat, what you drink. And the slide don't work. Okay. Aha. And it's really hard to change our behavior. Who finds it very easy to change their behaviors? Put up your hand if you find it really easy. Ken finds it really easy. I knew there'd be one. There's always a positive deviant in the room. And most people, apart from Ken, find it very difficult to change their everyday behaviors. And the reason for this is because we have evolved to be lazy. Physically lazy, in the first instance. We've evolved in the African savannah, and so it made sense to eat everything in front of you because you didn't know where your next meal was going to come from. It made sense to just have a rest, have a sit down and relax, because you never knew when the lion might come and try and eat you. But we've also evolved to be mentally lazy as well. Our brain loves to not think, and habits are the brain's way of not thinking. So we've evolved this laziness, and we form habits as a result of that, and that's why habits are hard to change. But at Telefonica Alpha, we are not happy with this situation, and we want to change it. So we have a moonshot in health, and the goal that we've set ourselves is to, it really doesn't like me, does it? Aha. The goal that we've set ourselves is by 2028 to enable 1 billion people to adopt healthier habits. And to do this, we want to create a personal health assistant that really knows you, that understands your personality, your emotions, and can help you with really personalized advice. And I just want to give 3 examples of some of the work that we do. Now, the first is, as you'd imagine, we need to really understand the individual. So some work we did in the UK with the NHS was to take electronic health records from mental health patients, 140,000 anonymized historic records, to see, can we predict mental health crisis? And we can, actually. We didn't think we would just from the electronic health record, but we can predict with 80% accuracy 2 weeks ahead if someone's going to have an anxiety attack or if they are going to have a depressive phase. So this is really exciting, and of course we think it can be more powerful as we add different types of data. So some people have talked about what you can get from the phone, from location data, from voice. This is all the kind of stuff we want to bring together so that we can really understand you as a person. The second thing we need to do is to put in place interventions. And normally interventions to change your behavior are very, very cognitive, very information focused. And I want to give you an example of something that's less so. So this is a technique that we deployed called cognitive bias modification. Many people have a bias towards drinking alcohol. So to really study this, we went to the United Kingdom, where there are many people that love alcohol, including myself. And this app is very, very simple. All you do is you have pictures on your phone of alcohol, which you push away from you, and you have pictures of water or tea, of course, in the UK, and you pull those towards you. And if you do that 50 minutes a day for a week, actually that retrains your brain. It's as if you're physically pushing the alcohol away and pulling the tea towards you. And that actually then leads to a reduction in this bias and a reduction in consumption as well. And what we found from this study in the UK was that we could reduce people's consumption over a week by a bottle of wine. Now, they were still drinking, so this tells you a lot about how much they were drinking in the first place. But nevertheless, that's still a big reduction, and it was maintained at 2 months. Other than interventions, as I mentioned before, we need to bring all this data together. So it's hugely important that we are trusted. So a final example that I want to give you is of explainability. Being able to actually explain the algorithms that we use is hugely important. So our team is going back to the 90s and using a technique called trepanning, hence the lovely picture of getting into the person's brain. So trees parroting networks, where we try and turn a neural network into a tree, which is much more explainable. Now, we can do this for normal neural networks, and the team are now beavering away to look at how can you do this for recurrent neural networks. So we're really excited about this piece of work. So those are just 3 examples of our work. We are thrilled to be here. We always want to work in collaboration with people, but pessimists need not apply. Thank you very much.